It's a new year. Are you ready for an actor's reset? It's time to change things up, start fresh. What are some of the things that you can do in this new year? Do you have any expectations that you're holding on to that you need release? Maybe you thought, oh, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to get a sitcom, and you're not auditioning for sitcoms. Maybe there's some other expectations that you have and you're not really allowing something to grow and build organically. Let go of those. Think about, what else do you want to do? Get a perspective change. Oh, maybe I'm going to start working on dramas now. I've done so many comedies. I want a new, fresh perspective on something. What are your goals? Are you setting realistic goals for yourself? Are you setting goals for yourself? Sometimes people think that it's just magically going to happen for them, that they come to LA, where do I go to become famous, right? No, you need to be setting goals, things that you want to purposely and systematically go out and achieve. Have you been working on an accent? Have you been working on your voice? Are you doing things that will help to propel and move you forward? Are you waiting for something to happen before you decide that you want to become an actor? Or are you waiting for something else to happen first? Don't do that to yourself. There is no checklist like that. So if what you want to do is start a family, if you're in that position, go ahead and start the family. That won't stop you from becoming an actor. If what you want to do is travel, travel. Now, check with your agent first, make sure that they know this, but I think a lot of times we put our real life on hold, waiting for our acting life to begin. And remember that as actors, you're portraying real people for the most part, living real lives. So go ahead and have those life experiences that you want to. It would only enrich you and make you a better actor. Are you being honest with yourself? Are you saying that I want to be an actor, but you're not really putting in the work? Maybe you're showing up to class, but you're not putting in the extra effort. We ask that our students read a script a week. I've got to tell you, I think very few of them actually do. Scripts aren't terribly fun to read, but are you reading a script a week? Are you doing these things that you should be doing as an actor? I hate shoulds, but there are a few shoulds. Creating your own, right? Your own opportunities. Imagine how much easier it's going to be every script you read. If you're reading a script a week, you begin to understand them, the act breaks, the moments, the character development becomes so much clearer to you when you're doing that. I see people who are saying all the time that they want to be actors, but their actions, their habits don't really reflect that. What are your values? Do you really care about becoming an artist? Is that what's interesting to you? If becoming an artist is interesting to you, get into a class. Figure out how to pursue that goal. What are your goals? Is your goal to become famous? I think there's a lot of ways to do that are much better than acting. But if you want to be an artist, if you want to reach out and you want to connect with other people on a human level, connecting our needs, our wants to one another, being a storyteller, I think that's really a valid goal. And you've got to be an artist to do that. It will enrich your life so much more if you're pursuing that rather than the idea of fame and fortune. Fame and fortune won't get you what you want. Usually it brings you a lot of problems. But fame and fortune along with artistic integrity is much more satisfying. I hope you get there to understand what I'm talking about. Are you in a class? Are you in a class where you are being challenged? Are you in a class and you are not challenging yourself? You're showing up, you're skating, you're not really taking that extra step. It's wonderful if you're in class doing great work in class, but ultimately, I don't want you in class. I want you out. I want you working. And then I want you to come back to class so you're challenging yourself in between jobs. So if you're in class and you're not challenging yourself, what are you doing? Are you picking up new habits, new challenges, new activities? As I said before, don't wait. If what you want to do is learn to scuba dive, learn to scuba dive. And lo and behold, perhaps that project where they need an actor who can scuba dive will materialize. And if not, you've learned to scuba dive. That's pretty effing cool, right? I think oftentimes actors just say, I'm just in it to act, I'm not going to do anything else. No, live your life. This is your reset. This is an opportunity for you to look at what your goals are and how are you going to achieve them. Are you networking with somebody, reaching out to a contact once a week? Once a week, at the end of next year, you will have 52 new contacts. Now, perhaps some of them won't go anywhere. What if only 5 go somewhere? You've got 5 new friends or 5 new champions or people who want to help you or connections, somebody that you can help. Are you creating your own content? It's so easy nowadays. Look, they give anybody a YouTube channel, right? So are you creating your own content? What are the things that you want to see? What are the things that you want to put out there? By the way, you can create it and not share it with somebody. It doesn't have to be perfect, which leads me to, are you engaged in analysis paralysis? Do you wait and wait and wait and everything's got to be perfect or it won't get done? In acting, perfection is boring. We love the messy. We love the mistakes. That's humans. That's the human condition. We're not robots. It's going to be messy. So don't stop and wait for things to be perfect. I know it's scary. It's scary to go out there and do something where it could be foolish, or you could look foolish, or it could be wrong or a fail. But that, ironically, is a success for an actor. Are you doing things to scare yourself, to challenge yourself, to excite yourself? I recently had my students sing. Get up and sing in front of a group of other people. Most of them were not singers. It was so terrifying for them. I called it risk day, and I think some of them were calling it stress day. I get it. And once you do that, the thing that scares you so much, and you live through it and the walls didn't come tumbling down, how fantastic. How great is that? Doing the things that scare you and excite you and challenge you. What are the things that you would do if you could succeed at them? There is no guarantee. Would I get up and sing if I knew I had the voice of an angel or even the voice of somebody who didn't have my voice? Try that. What is it that's holding you back? I often say that most of my actors, they put the barriers in front of them. And the barriers that they put in front of them, I cannot remove. I can encourage you, I can give you skills, but if you've been telling yourself that you can't, and you won't, and you shouldn't, for whatever reason, right? You're too old, you're too young, you're the wrong type, you're not what they're looking for these days, you're too tall, you're too short. I've heard them all. And yet we can point to people who are very tall, who are wonderfully successful, and people who are shorter, who are wonderfully successful as actors. So don't limit yourself. Sometimes you're limiting yourself to protect yourself. You don't want to say, I'm all in, and then it doesn't happen. So you're pulling some of yourself back. You're holding back a little bit, so if it doesn't happen, you can say, well, I didn't really go for it. That's a recipe for unhappiness. Really, listen to me. If you are all in, you will be so confident. You will be so satisfied with what you've done. There are no guarantees. I did see Tom Hanks recently talking about just persistence, hanging in there. Eventually it's going to happen. And I do believe that. But I cannot guarantee that. But who knows what will happen? But excuses, that's not good for you. It really isn't. So don't work on your excuses. Work on your acceptance speeches. Work on the things that will help you get to where you want to be. Are you doing that? Are you doing it consistently? Are your casting profiles up to date? Sometimes we forget about those, right? Are our sizes the same? But maybe we have a project that we haven't updated. Maybe there's training that you haven't updated. You took an audition technique class, you took an improv class. Update that on your casting profiles. Maybe you have new headshots that you haven't put up there yet. Do you have new headshots? Do you need new headshots? How old are your headshots? Do they look like you? Have you had a major change physically or with your hair, a facial hair? Every time I grow a beard, I get new headshots. I'm just seeing if you're still listening. Do you look physically like the roles that you want to do? If you want to do a Marvel movie, do you look like somebody who would fit into a Marvel movie? Are you doing those things that might get outside your comfort zone? We talked earlier a little bit about singing and things like that, but are you doing a dance class, a workout class? It's interesting the ways that we can find motivation and inspiration, especially in the things that scare us a little bit or are outside of our comfort zone. Maybe you want to learn how to knit. It's all okay. Again, you don't have to be perfect at everything. If what you want to be is a professional working actor, which is what I train everybody to be, even if that's not your goal, which is okay. We'll have another video on that. But if this is your business, how much time are you investing in it? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you working on your business one day a week, the day that you have class? Maybe working on your scene right before class? Are you investing every day? Are you putting in 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, really consistently? I just chose that number, but imagine how much you can accomplish if you really set your mind to it and you just don't allow it to happen, but you purposely carve your path and create the career that you want. Do you need an accountability partner? If you're anything like me, I need an accountability partner. It's really easy for me to say, I'm gonna do this, and promptly forget if there's nobody holding me accountable for it. Hey Shannon, you said you were gonna put out a video every week. Okay, I will. But if I didn't agree to that, you wouldn't be getting these every week. I love, Gretchen Rubin has a quiz, the 4 Tendencies quiz. We'll put a link to it to let you know what it is that motivates you, how you respond to expectations, right? My husband does not need an accountability partner. It would drive him nuts, as one of my sons would not as well. So what is it, how is it best to motivate you to accomplish the things that you say you want to do? I need an accountability partner. If you need one, get one. I can help, but only as much as I can from the other side of this screen. What movies, TV shows inspire you? Sit down and watch those. I have students all the time, because of the streaming services, are able to go back and watch things that maybe they weren't alive for the first time, or they're just not familiar with. Going back and watching a show like The Wire, Breaking Bad, Moonlighting, right? You want to work on romantic comedy. That show is fantastic. What are the things that inspire you that are sort of classics? You're an actor. Watch some movies, go to some plays, watch some TV shows. It couldn't be easier these days. You can drop that in the comments too. Let me know. What are the shows that you think every actor should watch, or that you watched and you loved? So what is 2024 gonna look like for you? How are you gonna make that happen? You have that control. You're the one who can make that happen. Drop a comment, let me know. Tell me what you're gonna do. Help me be your accountability partner, but let's get this done, okay? I wanna hear nothing but fantastic success stories in 3 months, in 6 months, 9 months, in a year. How about that? 1 a quarter, I guess, is what that is. All right, you know, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next week, okay? What is 2022 gonna look? I'm in the past. I'm living in the past. I feel like that wasn't it. Was that it?
No, no.
Without my glasses, even though this is nice and big. Huh. Do you want to, no.